Hello and welcome, my name's Sam and this is the Little Greenhouse Creates. Thank you for joining me today and welcome to our first card for this week's project stamp set on display. It is this beautiful 26 image stamp set. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sentiments and 19 images for you to use. There is also a die which I will introduce you to later in the week, and there are 30 of those, but I wanted to focus just on these dies today. Oh, sorry, these stamps today. We've got the globe, we've got bottles, there's vases, there's pots, there's flowers, there's books, there's a cat, there's a mirror, there's birds, there's a bird cage, there's everything here. So let's bring in our first card and we can start creating. So this is the card we're going to create. It's almost like a bookshelf with 4 images to be focused on, and plus the happy birthday in the middle and some designer series paper. So let's bring in the supplies. So what have I got? I have got a piece of early espresso that measures 8 inches by 5 3/4 and scored at the 4-inch mark. I have a piece of designer series paper. Now this is from my scrapped. I've got left hanging around. I suggest that you use whatever's available, but the measurements are 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. And then I have 4 pieces of white cardstock, each measuring 1 1/2 by 2 1/2. And then I have a sentiment which measures 1/2 inch by 3 inches. And that's all you need for today. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with stamping. Now I've already stamped a bird cage and a pot of flowers. So I'm just going to stamp on these 2 remaining. So the first one I've got is I'm going to stamp is early espresso, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment which says just for you. So I'm going to ink that up and I'm going to put that slap bang in the middle like so. And then what I'm going to do is I've got 2 bottles, one quite large and one quite small, and I've forgotten my inks, so I'll just grab those. Thankfully they're just behind me. So I'm going to do red for the bigger one and yellow for the smaller one. So it's almost like a red and white wine. There's a side for a second. Okay, so I don't want to put too much on here, but I don't want to leave it just blank. So here we go. Ink up my red one there, and just put one there, and then with my yellow I'm going to, this is Daffodil Delight, I'm going to add that one. She might, oh, I'll tell you what, let's do it. Definitely going to go this way with this one. There we go. And I think I'm going to go sideways on this one as well. Make sure it's inked up. There we go. We've got our bottles there. And then on my last one, I'm going to stamp up the atlas, or the globe even. So the first thing I'm going to do is the globe is going to be in the pecan pie. So stamp that. Make sure that the triangle is straight, which means that your circle will be slightly off-pieced. And then we can ink up our planet. I'm doing this one in green. Bring this down, find the glasses. Yep, see what I'm doing. Always helps, I find. There we go. And there is our planet. And I'm wondering if I should put something else on there. Let's see what else is in here we can put on. So we've got some books. I don't really want to put books on. I wonder if You're the Best would fit. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. Right, let's find out where You're the Best is. So You're the Best is there. So it'll then be that one. Let's see if it fits. Yeah, it does. Look at that. Right, that one just felt a little bit too underused. So I've picked up You're the Best, and I'm going to do that one in the early espresso as well. There we go. There we go. Right, now we can simply start putting the card together. Oh no, listen there. I've forgotten my sentiment. I'm doing well. It's Monday. So much is happening, and here at the house, one of my dogs has had to go to the vets this morning, so we're all a little bit. She's fine. She's fine. She's just needed a scan, but it just puts you back on wondering what you're doing, doesn't it? Left slightly disarrayed until they're home with you. There we go. Right. Let's now put the card together. I'm going to close up all the ink pads. Bring in my piece of designer series paper. So we're going to do You're the Best and Just for You opposite, like so. Then we're going to put a bird cage up there, and it's difficult, isn't it? Do I put? I think I'm going to do it that way. Yeah. Right, I'm going to attach that with my Stampin' Seal. So let's go. You're the Best. And the top and the bottom. So it's the far left-hand corner. Making sure that the same space is around the top and the side. I'm going to do the same on this one. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. I do apologise. Bear with me for a second. Oh dear. I thought I had finished with this cold bug, but apparently it's not the case. And it is coming back with a force. There we go. That's those two. Right, now this one needs to measure up with this one, or line up with this one. There we go. And then the same with this one. This one's a little bit harder because not only has it got to line up with this one, it's also got to line up with this one. So bring it down a bit. Bring it across. Perfect. Then we're going to bring in the Happy Birthday, which will go across in the middle. And that will go up on dimensionals. Let's bring in the dimensionals. I'm trying to open my tub. There we go. Turn that over. So it's a very quick and easy card to do on a Monday. 1, 2. I've been trying Lemsips and Sudafeds, but they don't seem to be. I mean, they're keeping me functional, as in I can get out of bed, but I still find I'm sneezing every 5 minutes. Right, let's burnish this. And we can pop that onto there, like so. And this time we will use the multi-purpose. There we go. So, as I say, a very quick card to do. The stamping wasn't too much. Make sure it's straight. one, and I've covered up the second one. There it is. Blank. Where have I put it? There we go. So there are today's cards. Thank you ever so much for joining me. I'll be back on Wednesday with our second card. So do join me then. Catch up with you soon. Bye.